ICD-10 JJ-10A, page 279, exercise 09, level 1. And it reads like this.
Chronic pelvic inflammatory disease, dysmenorrhea.
Okay, it's a chronic pelvic inflammatory disease, and it's also dysmenorrhea. We're going to give you 3 seconds for you to pause the video and give us the code in ICD-10. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the code is, there are 2 codes because there are 2 conditions, and there's no combination code, so we need 2 codes. N73.1 and N94.6. You got that? If you got it, congratulations, just go to the next video. If you didn't get it, let's give you a couple of tips, okay? All right, tip number 1.
Start with disease and try different orders of the keywords.
Right, start with disease and then try to juggle the orders because it's not exactly the order of the problem. Okay, 2.
Dysmenorrhea refers to menstruation,
Right.
which means patient is female.
Right. Menorrhea means menstruation, right? And only females have menstruation, so it has to be a female, the patient. That doesn't tell us that it's a female, but by saying that the patient has dysmenorrhea, it must be a female. Okay, 3.
There are 2 chronic conditions.
Right.
Point 1. Any condition specified as chronic.
And point 4.
Peritonitis.
It's chronic peritonitis. Then you choose the first one because the first one gives you more range. The other one has to say peritonitis, right? That's why you choose point 1. And the 4th tip.
If it is not primary or secondary, then dysmenorrhea is unspecified.
Right. If it doesn't tell you whether it is primary or secondary, then it's unspecified. Okay. With these tips, try to get the answer now. There are 2 codes. You are aiming for N73.1 and N94.6. Okay. I'm going to count to 3 so you can pause the video. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go with the whole summary. Okay. The problem is chronic pelvic inflammatory disease and dysmenorrhea. Okay. There are 2 codes. The code number 1 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Index.
Then you go to disease.
Start with disease.
Then you go to pelvis.
Pelvis, comma.
Pelvic.
Pelvic, okay.
Then inflammatory.
Then you go to inflammatory.
Then you go to chronic.
Then you go to chronic.
It gives you N73.1.
That's the code that you get, right? Now we're going to check this code in the tabular. So code 1 through the tabular reads like this.
First you go to tabular. Then you go to N73.
Which is the 3 first characters.
Other female pelvic inflammatory disease.
That's what we told you in the tips. You see, it says here female. In the problem, it never says female, but it's dysmenorrhea. And menstruation is only for females. So that's okay. And then?
N73.1.
Which is?
Chronic.
Chronic, right? And on the tips also, that we point out that this is the more general chronic one. The other one has to say peritonitis. So this is the one. Okay, the code number 2 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to dysmenorrhea.
You want to go alphabetically to the D of dysmenorrhea. And what do you find there?
N94.6.
N94.6. Now we're going to check this one in the tabular. So the code 2 through the tabular is like this.
First you go to tabular. Then you go to N94.
Which is the 3 first characters. And what's that?
Pain and other conditions.
Right. There's a lot more stuff there. And then we add 1 more digit.
N94.6.
Which is?
Dysmenorrhea
and?
Unspecified.
Unspecified, right? Since we don't have a specification, this is our code. So the equal sign means that's your code, right? So the answer is 2 codes, N73.1 and N94.6. Thanks for watching, and please visit our website.